Could a fleeting moment of dizziness or confusion be your brain's desperate cry for help? Did you know that over 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 will experience a mini-stroke, and shockingly, nearly half of them won't even realize it happened? That's right. Approximately 240,000 Americans experience a mini-stroke, or transient ischemic attack, TIA, every year, and nearly half of these episodes go completely unrecognized, according to research highlighted in the prominent medical journal Stroke. These silent attacks, known medically as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, are serious warnings. They often come with subtle, fleeting symptoms that most people ignore or simply chalk up to aging or fatigue. But here's the critical part. Ignoring these signs can significantly increase the risk of a devastating outcome. Around 1 in 5 people who suffer a TIA will go on to have a full-blown, potentially disabling stroke within 90 days, and critically, most of those happen within just 2 days of that initial warning sign. Think about that. A tiny episode today could mean a life-altering stroke tomorrow. That's why it's absolutely critical, especially for those over 65 and their loved ones, to recognize these signs the moment they happen. Mini-strokes are your body's urgent warning sign, and missing them can literally be the difference between walking independently and being wheelchair-bound, or worse. But here is the good news. There are 8 specific signs that, if you catch early enough, can drastically reduce your risk of a major stroke. Pay close attention, because sign number 1 is the most crucial, most easily overlooked, and recognizing it could save your life. Plus, stay with us as we reveal 3 powerful science-backed foods that can actually help prevent strokes before they even start. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more vital health information like this. Now, without any further ado, let's get started decoding these critical warning signs. Number 8. Unexpected dizziness or balance. Problems. Suddenly feel like the room is spinning or find yourself unsteady for no reason? Don't just brush it off as getting older. When an older person suddenly experiences spinning sensations, unsteadiness, or difficulty keeping their balance, many immediately attribute it to age or medication side effects. This dangerous misinterpretation could be missing a critical mini-stroke warning sign. The dizziness associated with a TIA is particularly disorienting and often comes with no apparent trigger, unlike the occasional lightheadedness from standing up too quickly. Mini-stroke-related dizziness frequently persists and may make walking or even standing safely nearly impossible. The sensation is often described as feeling like the room is violently spinning or being on a boat in rough waters, even when perfectly still. What makes this symptom so insidious is its similarity to other conditions like inner ear infections or benign positional vertigo. However, a key difference often lies in the context. TIA-related dizziness might occur alongside other subtle stroke warnings, even brief ones, demanding immediate attention. Many elderly patients diagnosed with a TIA later report dismissing days of intermittent dizziness as nothing serious. Another crucial distinction. Vertigo from inner ear issues often improves with specific head movements, while TIA-related dizziness typically doesn't respond to positional changes. This symptom is particularly dangerous because balance problems significantly increase fall risk, a major hazard for seniors. If you notice a loved one suddenly grabbing furniture for stability, seeming unsteady, or complaining the room is spinning, especially with sudden onset, seek immediate medical evaluation. These disruptions occur because the TIA affects brain areas controlling coordination, like the cerebellum or brainstem, and quick medical attention is vital. Number 7. Sudden vision changes. Has your vision ever abruptly blurred, gone dark in one eye, or doubled, even just for a few moments? Vision changes that appear suddenly can be one of the most alarming yet frequently misinterpreted signs of a mini-stroke. These disturbances can manifest as sudden blurring, temporary blindness in one eye, often described like a curtain falling, seeing double, or even losing peripheral vision on one side. What makes this symptom particularly deceptive is how easily it's blamed on other causes. Eye fatigue, needing new glasses, or simply aging. Many older adults don't immediately link vision problems with stroke risk, yet the connection is direct and significant. These visual disruptions occur because blood flow to the visual processing areas of the brain or the optic nerve is temporarily compromised. Crucially, unlike gradual changes from cataracts or macular degeneration, TIA-related vision problems appear suddenly and often affect only one eye or one side of the visual field. A particularly distinctive characteristic is amaurosis fugax, fleeting blindness, where vision in one eye temporarily darkens or grays out. This might last only minutes, but its significance is immense. Another key difference: TIA visual disturbances rarely cause eye pain and tend to resolve completely within minutes to hours. Unfortunately, this resolution leads many to dismiss the event. What most don't realize is that approximately 25% of people experiencing vision-related TIA symptoms will have a major stroke within 90 days without preventative treatment. Treat any sudden, unexplained vision change, even if temporary, as a medical emergency. Number 6. Sudden confusion or trouble. Understanding. Suddenly feeling lost in a normal conversation or confused about simple instructions. This abrupt change needs urgent attention. A frightening but often overlooked sign of a mini-stroke is the sudden onset of confusion or difficulty comprehending familiar situations. This isn't the gradual forgetfulness sometimes associated with aging. It's a marked, abrupt shift in mental clarity. Someone experiencing this might suddenly struggle to follow a familiar TV show plot, understand simple directions, or become confused about their location or the current date. What makes this symptom dangerous is how easily it's mistaken for dementia, general cognitive decline, or a senior moment. Family members might notice something seems off, but struggle to pinpoint it. The person might seem disoriented, ask repetitive questions, or have trouble recognizing familiar people. The hallmark difference is the sudden onset. While dementia develops gradually, TIA-related confusion appears within minutes. Another critical distinction: this confusion often resolves completely within 24 hours. This temporary nature, however, increases the danger, as people may not seek help once the confusion clears, unaware they've had a serious warning. If someone suddenly seems unable to process information they normally would, appears disoriented, or shows uncharacteristic confusion, consider it a potential medical emergency. This occurs due to restricted blood flow to cognitive brain areas, and prompt intervention is key. Studies suggest roughly 40% experiencing cognitive TIA symptoms face a full stroke within a year if untreated. Number 5. Sudden, intense headache. Ever felt a headache strike with such sudden, blinding intensity that it felt like a thunderclap inside your head? A severe headache appearing out of nowhere might be more than just pain. It could signal a mini-stroke. This isn't your typical tension headache or migraine. Survivors often describe it vividly: the worst headache of my life. What makes this challenging is how readily we dismiss headaches. Many older adults mistakenly accept frequent headaches as normal aging. The distinguishing factor here is the abruptness and severity. A TIA headache typically reaches maximum intensity within seconds to minutes, unlike migraines that usually build gradually. The pain might be localized unusually, e.g., one side of the head behind one eye. Another telltale sign: medications that normally work for your headaches might offer little or no relief. This headache type may also bring nausea, vomiting, or light sensitivity, overlapping with migraine symptoms, contributing to misdiagnosis. If you or someone you know, especially over 65, experiences a sudden, explosive headache unlike anything felt before, treat it as a medical emergency. Time is absolutely critical. Acting quickly during this warning could prevent a major stroke days or weeks later. Never adopt a wait-and-see approach with this symptom. Number 4. Numbness or weakness, especially on one side. experiencing sudden numbness, tingling, or weakness that strangely affects only one side of your body. This is a classic warning sign. When numbness or weakness suddenly develops, particularly affecting just one side of the body, it's one of the most recognizable TIA warnings. This can feel like tingling, complete numbness, or noticeable weakness in the face, arm, or leg, predominantly on one side. This one-sided nature is crucial, reflecting how strokes typically impact one brain hemisphere. What makes this dangerous is easy misinterpretation, blaming it on sleeping wrong, a pinched nerve, or arthritis. Facial drooping on one side is common. A simple test is asking the person to smile. An uneven smile strongly suggests a problem. For limbs, watch for sudden difficulty holding objects, writing, or maintaining balance, or suddenly dragging one foot. The key differentiator from other causes is the sudden onset without apparent injury or explanation. TIA symptoms appear out of the blue and typically affect a larger area, like the whole side, rather than just a joint. Another red flag: the symptoms often resolve completely within 24 hours. Counterintuitively, this temporary nature confirms the likelihood of a TIA, not rules it out. If these symptoms appear, even if they start improving, seek immediate medical attention. Number 3. Unexplained sudden fatigue. Hit by a wave of exhaustion so profound it feels like you've run a marathon, even when you've done nothing? Pay attention. An overwhelming wave of exhaustion, appearing suddenly and not explained by normal activity or poor sleep, is a frequently missed but critical TIA warning sign. This isn't typical tiredness, it's a profound, debilitating fatigue, like hitting a physical wall, making simple tasks feel impossible. The danger lies in how easily it's dismissed, often attributed by seniors and caregivers to age, medications, or overexertion. In reality, this extreme exhaustion can signal restricted blood flow in the brain. TIA-related fatigue has distinct traits. It often accompanies a feeling of generalized weakness, making the body feel extraordinarily heavy, like moving through molasses. Crucially, unlike normal tiredness, this fatigue doesn't typically improve with rest, at least not initially. Research indicates unexplained fatigue preceded major strokes in approximately 40% of elderly patients studied, yet the connection was often missed. It can sometimes be accompanied by a vague sense of foreboding. If someone suddenly appears unusually tired, lacks energy for normal activities, or complains of overwhelming fatigue alongside feeling not right, don't just suggest rest. Seek medical evaluation. Number 2. Sudden speech changes. Is speech suddenly slurred, garbled, or nonsensical, even for a brief period? This is a major red flag. When speech suddenly becomes slurred, difficult to produce, nonsensical, or hard to understand, it's one of the most concerning TIA signs. Manifestations include slurring, like intoxication, using wrong words unknowingly, being unable to form sentences despite knowing what to say, or speaking gibberish. The abrupt change from normal speech moments before is alarming. Medical terms include dysarthria, slurred speech, or aphasia, language difficulty, both indicating serious neurological disruption from affected brain language centers, usually the left hemisphere. Unlike gradual speech changes, e.g. Parkinson's, TIA changes are sudden and dramatic. Family often report loved ones suddenly sounding drunk or making no sense. Crucially, the person experiencing it may be entirely unaware their speech is abnormal, relying on others to recognize the danger. Like other TIA symptoms, these speech changes often resolve completely within minutes to hours. This temporary nature confirms a TIA and highlights the urgent need for intervention before permanent damage. The well-known FAST, Face, Arms, Speech Time, acronym underscores speech's importance. If you notice sudden unusual speech, ask the person to repeat a simple phrase, e.g., "You can't teach an old dog new tricks." Difficulty warrants immediate medical attention, even if speech normalizes. Number 1. Brief episodes of memory loss and disorientation. The most critical, yet most missed sign. Sudden, brief moments of memory loss or confusion that vanish completely? This needs immediate action. Paradoxically, the most frequently overlooked TIA sign involves sudden, brief episodes of memory loss and disorientation that appear without warning and then seemingly resolve. These moments, sometimes called transient global amnesia, if severe, might involve someone suddenly not knowing where they are, how they got there, or what they were doing. The immense danger lies in the return to normal function within minutes or hours, leading people to wrongly assume the danger has passed and forgo medical help, a potentially critical mistake. These memory episodes differ significantly from gradual dementia decline. A TIA memory event is sudden, like a switch flipped. The person might appear confused about basic facts, year, location, fail to recognize familiar people temporarily, or repeat questions endlessly, forgetting the answers. A key characteristic: the person often has no recollection of the episode afterward, a complete blank spot for that time. This means they may be unaware anything happened, relying entirely on observers. These episodes occur due to temporary blood flow restriction to memory and orientation centers, hippocampus, temporal lobes. Studies indicate roughly 50% experiencing these episodes have a major stroke within a year if untreated. If you witness a loved one suddenly confused about surroundings, unable to recall recent events, repeating questions, or failing to recognize familiar faces, even if they seem fine moments later, seek immediate medical attention. Recognizing this could literally save their life, as it's the brain's final warning. Protect your brain. 3. Powerful stroke-preventing foods. Now that you know the warning signs, let's talk about how you can actively reduce your stroke risk and protect your brain health. Here are 3 foods science suggests can help protect you. Let's talk about empowerment. These aren't gimmicks. They're backed by science and common in diets of populations with lower stroke rates. Number 3. Berries, especially blueberries. These are antioxidant powerhouses, loaded with anthocyanins that help lower blood pressure and reduce oxidative stress, major stroke contributors. A large Harvard study tracking over 90,000 women found those eating blueberries or strawberries regularly had a significantly lower stroke risk, up to 34% lower in some analyses. Berries help keep blood vessels flexible. Snack on them fresh, add to oatmeal, or blend into smoothies. Number 2. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, etc. Non-negotiable for brain health. Rich in folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants, they reduce blood vessel inflammation and support healthy blood flow. A study published in the journal Neurology linked daily servings of leafy greens to slower cognitive decline. They also help lower homocysteine, an amino acid linked to clots and stroke. Add spinach to eggs or kale to smoothies. Simple steps with big vascular benefits. Number 1. Fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel. Omega-3 fatty acids are heart and brain superstars. Found abundantly in fatty fish, they're proven to help reduce clot formation, lower triglycerides, and improve artery elasticity. One large meta-analysis reported in the British Medical Journal, BMJ, showed consuming fatty fish regularly, e.g., twice weekly, was associated with a substantially lower stroke risk, around 27% lower. These fats promote smooth blood flow and protect neurons. Just 2 servings weekly can significantly boost cardiovascular and brain resilience. Remember, mini strokes aren't just warnings, they are urgent messages from your brain signaling dangerous imbalance. Every moment counts. Recognizing these symptoms early, especially after 65, could save your life or the life of someone you love. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you or someone close ever experienced these strange, short-lived symptoms? Did you recognize the potential danger? What steps are you taking to protect your brain and heart health as you age? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Thanks for watching.